Let's talk to James Gallagher right now. The breakout performance, in my opinion, of Saturday night. He came into MSG, called his shot, walked right up to Chinzo Machida, and then shortly thereafter submitted him. And then, to add to all of that, walked around wearing a leopard jacket that had the word savage on the back. Talk about stealing the show. James Gallagher is joining us right now via the phone. James, are you there?
I'm here. How are things?
Things are going very well. Probably a little better for you. Are you back home in Strabane?
Yeah, I just arrived this morning, so I did actually in at like 6:30 this morning. I arrived, so I've been just trying to battle the jet lag all day. But I think I'm that high on my emotions from the weekend that it's getting me through it, and it's just nice being home.
And so I'm reminded of a famous line by the great Notorious B.I.G. when he said, "It was all a dream." Does this kind of feel like it was all a dream for you? Like to go back home? I'm always curious about someone who comes in to a big stage, you do what you did, you're incredibly successful, and then you come back to, you know, your familiar surroundings. What's it like now? Like you were just in MSG doing that. How do you process all of this?
Yeah, it's a bit mad. So it is. It's like it's after now, I'm like, you know what I mean? It's such like a big thing. It's something I've dreamed of all my life, and I'm kind of like sad that it's over. I'm like, that was good. I want to walk back out tonight and fight in MSG again. So I do. I'm like kind of sad that it's over, but it's great coming back and just being around my people again back home in Strabane and seeing everyone and stuff. It's a good feeling, and everyone congratulate me. And there's never anyone from here that has done something as big as that, and to be just young and be like a role model for these kind of young people coming up around here and stuff. It's a nice feeling.
When you were envisioning all of this, did you think it would go this well?
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
I remember during the fight week, like during fight week, I was saying, like, I was saying to my people around me who was with me, I was like, I know he's like a tough guy, and I had a tough opponent ahead of me, and he's a knockout artist. He's knocked out a lot of people, especially guys who try and take him down. He can step off and bang shots from awkward angles, and he put people to sleep. And I was like, I'm really confident that I'm going to go in there and like I'm going to beat him, no problem. But I had a gut feeling that it was going to be really easy. Like there was something in me saying that I'm going to like absolutely annihilate this. I'm going to go out here and like I'm going to steal the show. Do you know what I mean? I kept telling my gut feeling was telling me this, and then in my mind I was like, nah, come on, switch out of that, like prepare for a tough fight. Do you know what I mean? But there was something in the back of my mind just kept telling me that I'm the best. I'm going to be better than this guy, and I'm not going to be fazed walking out here, and I'm going to steal the show, and that's exactly what I've done.
And so, I mean, you always look like you're enjoying the moment, that you're cool as a cucumber, the most confident guy in the room. But was there ever a moment backstage at MSG as you're about to walk out there where the nerves started to get you at all?
No, I really, like, when I was on my way, like, to the event, I was like gearing myself up for that. I was like mentally preparing myself to, like, I'm going to feel this. As just, before the fight, I was like, I'm going to feel this nervous, this pressure. I said I was mentally preparing myself to feel that, and then I didn't feel it. Once I started moving around and getting warm, and I just felt invincible, kind of like I really, it was weird because I thought I was going to feel all this pressure and feel like. I thought it was going to hit me, just before I walk out, and the guys are calling me, let's go. I thought I was going to feel this, I thought I was going to get really nervous, and it's a big moment, and it's a big opportunity to take it, and I thought I was gearing myself up for it, but it didn't come, and just when I was standing at the ramp ready to walk out, I was like, this is just where I belong. This is me. Do you know what I mean? I just love being here. I don't want to be anywhere else. I don't want to do anything else. I just love being there and just walking out, and I took it all in. So I did. I looked around, I stopped on the ramp, looked around, and I seen all the people there just singing along and cheering me on, and I took it all in, and I was like, this is what I've been working towards since I've been 13 years old. Every day I've just spent in the gym, and missing out on a lot of things that other teenagers do growing up. I missed out on a lot because I was just in the gym all day training and stuff like this. And this is what I've been gearing myself up towards. This is my moment. Do you know what I mean? And that's why I just stopped in the ramp and I took it all in. And then I was like, let's do this. I've got a man in front of me who's going to try and take away my dreams. And I was all, I'm not letting any man do that.
This is a bit of a crazy question, or maybe a silly one, but I mean, you have massive balls. I mean, to walk in there and to walk right up to him and stare at him in the face, this is not stuff that some of the most successful veterans in this sport do. Have you always been that way?
Yeah, I've always been this way since when I was 13 years old. I fought a 21-year-old man, so I did. I feel like I'm different than everyone else. There's smaller things that would faze me a lot more than doing this. Like if you asked me to go and, I don't know, go into a shop and ask someone for something, I probably wouldn't do that. But if you asked me to walk out in front of the arena and fight in front of thousands of people and like, do you know what I mean? I'll do this all day. I just don't get fazed by someone else. I feel like I've got so much confidence in myself that another person can't faze me. It doesn't matter who they are, they won't faze me. I don't get intimidated by people. I wouldn't be like starstruck by anyone. Other people just don't faze me. I always just feel so good about myself and what I do that I don't think I can be fazed by anything, to be honest.
It's amazing to watch. It's amazing to watch a 20-year-old act like that towards a 40-year-old, and then to actually go in there and do what you did to him. And I love that photo of you bowing down to Chinzo, because I mean, that's one of my favorite photos. I have it in the studio here of Mayhem Miller bowing down to Kazushi Sakuraba. So, above all of the showmanship, if you will, you do, I mean, you mentioned this in the scrum, you do have a ton of respect, maybe more so than any other opponent and maybe any other, fighter outside of your team out there, the Machida family. This is a family that you've actually looked up to as you were coming up, right?
Yeah, 100%. When I first started training MMA, I started on the end of October. That was actually my 12th birthday.
Wow.
Then in December for Christmas, all I wanted was to get DVDs, the UFC DVDs and stuff like this of fights. This is all I was into. So I got a DVD and Lyoto Machida was on it. I can't remember who he was fighting, but it was my first time watching him, and my uncle was telling me that he comes from the karate background and stuff like this, because this is where I started. And he was my idol for years. So he was the guy who, you know what I mean? He was the guy who used to stand up his karate style, to use his dynamic footwork to beat like the wrestlers and stuff like this. He was the one who was able to move different and confuse all these guys with his distance and stuff. And he was my idol. He was the one like I looked up to. You know what I mean? He was the man to me. And then I went and fought his big brother. You know what I mean? But that's the way it goes. And once I started, then I was like, I'm going to be better than all these guys. I'm not. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like just fight. I just want to be one of these guys who was known as a good fighter. I want to be known as the greatest ever.
What was the best part of the whole experience? I'm sure the win is at the top, but was there something, some moment, some person that you ran into just getting to fight at 20 at MSG? Is there something that stood out above the rest? Yeah, meeting Lyoto Machida. Wow. That was probably the highlight of the whole thing, was meeting Lyoto Machida. He's my idol. Do you know what I mean? He's the guy I looked up to when I was coming up as a kid, and so that was probably the highlight of the moment. But another great moment that I had, it feels like I can just remember it like if it was a minute ago, is when I ran and jumped on top of the cage. I just like sat up there and I looked around, and I wasn't celebrating. I was soaking it all in for motivation because I know I can be the greatest ever. And this moment just
give me that bit more confidence and a bit more motivation, and it inspired me. So it did. I inspired myself. I feel like that's how I've done it. I inspired myself after putting in all that work, and there's no other 20-year-old can face all this hype that I get. The amount of hype that I get, the amount of pressure that's put on me, the amount of criticism that I get, the messages that I get from people like criticizing me is like people say some harsh stuff to me, hit me down and stuff like this here, and I read them all on board. I read them all and I take every one of them on board, and it just motivates me. Doing something that I love on the biggest stage in the world, fighting the best people, just all by doing something that I love every day. I don't have to get up and work because I just do something that I love. And I'm kind of glad that when I was like 15, I dropped out of school and I followed what I love rather than just going and following the crowd and not doing something that I love, just getting by. And maybe I could have turned into someone like that who hates on someone being successful. So there's no other 20-year-old on this planet that can chase all that there criticism, chase all that hype, act like if it's nothing, and then walk out in the biggest arena in the world and go and fight someone the way I fought them and just look at him dead in the eye and tell him that I'm going to beat him. But that's what I've done. I just walked up to him and told him that I was going to beat him. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful or anything. I have the most respect for him than any other fighter in the whole division because of his brother and stuff. And I was just being honest. I was walking up and I told him what I believe and told him what I was going to do and done what I told him.
What are people writing to you? Like, well, I mean, I know there are trolls and things like that, but like, what's actually getting not under your skin, but what's bothering you here?
Nothing, not one thing bothers me.
Well, maybe not bother, but you said that some stuff that really, it sounds like some really disturbing stuff.
Yeah, I get a lot of things like people just messaging me saying that I'm never going to make it anywhere. I'm like bummed. Bellator has built me up. I'm like, I'm a wannabe Connor. I'm this. There's no one's actually proud of me, and they just put me down. So they do. They just saying all these like things that just that are not nice. You know what I mean? No one hears that, but I think I'm kind of sick in the head because I smile. It makes me happy. So it does. It makes me happy. I don't know what it is, but I smile at it and I'll be like, this is unbelievable. You know what I mean? These people are going out of their way because I have such an influence on them. Do you know what I mean? I have such an influence on someone that they're coming out of their way to write stuff like this to me, and it makes me kind of happy because I'm just doing something that I love. Do you know what I mean? I'm not doing anything else. I just love fighting. Do you know what I mean? I used to fight all the time. I was at school. And what's the difference in fighting now? Only I'm probably fighting in a safer environment and I get paid for it.
What was it like? Was anyone waiting for you at home when you got home? What was that like?
It was unbelievable. As soon as I got back, my father met me at the airport, and you know what I mean. He wasn't with me over there. He couldn't come, and it's a great moment. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like not only is it they proud of me or the work that I put in, but I feel like it's a teamwork here. You know what I mean? My parents and my coach Sean Kavanagh and everyone else that I have around me they deserve the credit as well. Do you know what I mean? Because they go out of their way to help me and do whatever they can to make me be successful in what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? And I'll never really repay my family or John or anyone for the kind of stuff that they do for me, and I very much appreciate it. You know what I mean? They're very selfless and put me first, and you can't ever thank anyone enough for putting someone else first. You know what I mean? And it's a great moment, and I'm looking forward tonight to catching up with my friends. And there's a local bar that's going to show my fight, and I'm going to go down and see my family and everyone, and we're going to celebrate it. It's a big moment for me and for my town. You know what I mean? I put my town on the map. You know what I mean? Just a small place in Strabane, and there's probably more people that could fit in MSG than there is in my whole town.
Is that, I mean? How many people? Do you know? Do you know how many people are from there?
I think there's Yeah, I think there's 25 or 28,000
Wow,
that come from Strabane.
that is unbelievable.
There is, so there's you know what I mean? What's the MSG? What is that, whole 22 or something?
Yeah, I mean, not on Saturday, but at its capacity, it's around 20.
Yeah.
That is
You know
unbelievable.
what I mean? So more people can fit into that arena that I just fought in than there is in my hometown. So I feel great pride, and I'm kind of humbled by myself. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I humbled myself nearly, and just I showed myself that I can do anything now in this game. I've faced the highest pressured event that I'm probably ever going to face. Do you know what I mean? I feel this is probably going to. I'm going to go on and do a lot bigger things in my career. I'm going to win world titles. I'm going to do much bigger things than I've done on Saturday night. But this moment is going to be one that I'll remember for the rest of my life.
It does sort of feel like a turning point, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a turning point. So it is. It's not the biggest thing that I'm going to do, because I'm going to do a hell of a lot bigger things than I've done on Saturday night. But it's going to be a point of the career where I'm going to look back, and this is going to be one that stands. This is going to be one of them bullet point moments where it's going to be written in the book. Do you know what I mean? My US debut in Madison Square Garden, facing one of the Machidas. Do you know what I mean? Being 20 years young and going out there and beating them in under 3 minutes in the fashion that I've done it in.
Where'd you get that jacket? The leopard jacket with Savage on back. Where'd you get that?
It's not. I think it fits perfect.
It does.
I call myself a young Savage.
Where did you get it?
I just got in a little shop. It's actually, everyone's like, oh, this is this big designer brand. I actually just was walking past the shop one day, and I seen it, and it was like €20. It was only a little cheap joke, and so it was, and I just thought it looked cool. I went and bought it. So it is, and I rock it. I think I rock it well.
You do.
You like it?
I like it very much. It caught my eye, and then I see Hoist Gracie coming up to you, and I mean, like, it's crazy. Yeah. It's 20 years old. I don't even know what I was doing at 20. Certainly not that at MSG. I was dreaming of getting a ticket to go watch a basketball game at MSG. Those were my big hopes.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm blown away by it also, but at the same time, it's what I expect from myself. I don't expect anything less. Do you know what I mean? I expected to go out and run through that guy, and I expect to win world titles, and because of the training that I'm putting in, and the way that the work that I put in here, and the team that I've got behind me, I don't expect anything less from myself. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to do anything else apart from this.
And so, what do you think is next? What are you feeling? Do you have an inkling as to, what they might throw your way? Do you already know? Sometimes they have these things already booked. What can you tell us about what's next?
Yeah. I think November is next for me, and I'm thinking of going down and whipping a few 135ers. I'm going to drop down a weight class, I think, and I'm going to speak to my team first before I commit to anything, but it's looking like 135 is on the cards, and hopefully I can go down and get that belt, and hopefully I have 1 or 2 fights, and then I'll get the title shot.
So your next fight you think will be at 135?
I'm quite confident that it's going to be. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm quite confident that it's going to be at 135, and so I do.
Why go down when you've been doing so well at 145?
For just a different kind of challenge.
Okay.
Different, you know what I mean? It's different people and stuff, and I feel like if we're speaking like realistically, I know I want the belt and I'll call for the belt, but I feel like it's going to take me another 3 or 4 fights before they'll give me the shot at it. But I feel like if I drop down to 135, I only need 1 or 2. That's part of the reason. And I'm only 20 years old as well, so maybe in 2 or 3 years' time I won't be able to make 135.
Okay.
So, but I can now, so I'm feeling I'm going to go and do what Conor did. I'm going to go down and get the 135 belt, and then I'm going to go back up and I'm going to get the 145 belt.
So what's your timeline here? When do you think you get 135, and when do you think you get 145?
I reckon this time next year, I'm going to have the 135 belt.
And then once you
Then
get that, you'll
I reckon, and once I get that, my next fight straight after that's going to be for the 145 belt.
Like I said to your coach, John Kavanagh, who joined us earlier, it all sounds very familiar, and I'm not going to be the one who doubts you. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that do, but I don't care. I'm not here to show them that I can do this. I'm here to show people who support me that I can do this. I'm here to prove people right, not wrong. I don't feel like that I don't feel that people do. I don't feel like that I should. People don't deserve for me to prove them wrong. So they don't. I don't feel like they should have that. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to give people that. I just don't want to prove people wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to show the people that support me, who are backing me all the way, who are saying I'm the real deal, who know I'm the real deal, who know I'm going to be a world champion. I'm looking here to put a smile on their faces and go back to them and go, look, we were right. Do you know what I mean? We were right. We were able to. We believed in it. You believed in me. You then believing in me helps me believe in myself a lot more. Do you know what I mean? That there's a support there. This is why I do it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not here to prove people wrong and people who criticize me and hit on me, and I'm not here to prove them wrong. And I hope they keep hitting. I hope they keep doing that. But I'm here to show the people that are close to me, who believe in me and who support me. I'm here to prove them right.
Do you think, James, that Bellator is on board with this? Like, do you think that they'll have any issue with this, or have you already told them?
No, I can't see why not. You know what I mean? Why not? This, I feel like that it's going to be good. It's only going to bring attention to the 135 division, because you just you don't ever hear of anything in the 135 division. It's silent. You know what I mean? There's never any big.
No.
You never hear big fights coming from it. You never hear of any names coming up. You never hear of any prospects in it. You never hear anything about it. And I feel like I'm going to be the guy that's going to bring attention to it.
Yeah.
So I feel like they'll be on board with that surely and make that 135 division a thing. Because now at the minute it's nothing. People don't even know. People know who the featherweight, lightweight, welterweight champions are all the way up. Do you know what I mean? But they don't know who the 135s are. People don't even know who they are. But everyone knows me, and everyone knows that I'm going to. If I go down, everyone knows I'm going to win that world title.
By the way, did you get a chance to see the Aaron Pico fight? I know there was some talk of at some point maybe you guys fighting, and if so, what do you think?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it. I feel like before you talk, before you say that you're going to do this, and before you say that you're going to do something, you've got to at least know that you like it, that you can go in there and do it. That's like me now saying I'm going to go in and beat Cristiano. I'm going to go in and play football for Man United and go out and be the best ever when I've never played a football match before. Do you know what I mean? I've never went and played a football match. How can you do that kind of thing? And yeah, you just fuck Aaron Pico and fuck him. Do you know what I mean? I don't give a shit about him. I don't care. He's not my thoughts at all. So isn't he just wanted to say my name and say I was what was I running from? I've got the best submissions in the fucking whole of Bellator. I would have submitted him at the link. Do you know what I mean? But he's 0-1. I'm 7-0. I'm on a different path. I'm in world title contention. That's what I am. I'm on a whole new level compared to that. So it is. If I play the guy to beat him, Zach's a nice guy. He's a cool guy, and it goes to him. I hope he goes far, and hope he does the job.
James, it's been a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what you do next. Like I said, I thought you stole the show on Saturday. There was a great buzz about you going in. There's a greater buzz now. An amazing moment. I actually was in the back. doing like the interviews, the scrums, and all that stuff for the undercard. But I said I just need to be there to see what happens here, and to watch you in person go up and walk right up to Chinzo and then do what you did to him really blew me away. So kudos to you, my friend. Congratulations on the big victory. Enjoy your party tonight. Enjoy rewatching the fight with your friends and family, and very much now looking forward to your drop down to 135 to see what you do there, and then of course back up to 145. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon, and again, congratulations on an amazing week and an amazing performance.
Thank you very much, Ariel. It's always a pleasure being on, and I really appreciate your good comments towards me, and it means a lot. And I'm going to get my jacket on now and head out.
Enjoy. Wear it well.
Thank you very much, bro. I appreciate it.
We'll talk to you soon. There he is, James Gallagher, stopping by, one of the bright young stars in Bellator. They have something with him. There's no doubt about that. The place went nuts for him. He had a nice, strong crowd backing him at the weigh-ins, at the fight on Saturday. Really impressive stuff. And look, you can talk all that smack if you back it up. And he's not only just backing it up with wins, his performances, one after the next, are topping each other. So, go on, James Gallagher. Keep doing your thing, and kudos to Bellator for signing him when they did. And now look what they've got on their hands.